The Afghanistani cricket setup is often criticized for importing rejected domestic players of Pakistan. But what if I tell you that Pakistan itself welcomes every kind of garbage that is produced all around the world? No, we are not talking about made in China smartphones. We are talking about the actual waste, a product of human activity. And welcome to TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Piyush, and if you haven't subscribed to the TFI English channel yet, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates. Coming back to the story, in this video, I am here to tell you about one of the big pillars of Pakistan's economy. When Pakistani state was carved out of India, initial prediction about its future was that it would finally become a dumping yard of Islamists all around the world. The prediction turned out to be true, but places where religious fanaticism defines political lineage can't prosper. At the end of the day, the state collapses and the geography becomes a barren land inviting waste products. Well, the process has begun. Developed countries all around the world have now started to castigate Pakistan for its open support to terrorism. The official statements may be evidence of that, but actions speak louder than words. Pakistan's perception is so down the ladder that these countries are now sending their industrial as well as human waste to Pakistan, effectively turning it into a dumping ground. Interestingly, Pakistani authorities had absolutely no knowledge about the phenomenon. Imagine being a parliamentarian in a country and you have no idea that countries like United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Germany, Italy and Saudi Arabia among others are sending more than 80,000 tons of bundled waste to your country. But that's Pakistan for you. Funny thing is that these Pakistani leaders are calling this waste as imports. They are wondering why Pakistan does not export waste to the world. Imported waste na manzoor, shouted Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf Senator Faisal Javed. Now, coming back to the seriousness of the issue, most of this waste is dumped into the sea and this hampers the development of major cities located around it. But it is understandable that these cities are getting full of foreign waste. Anyway, the development of the cities in Pakistan has been stuck for years now. Pakistan's economy is suffering from malnutrition. Yes, you heard that right. The terrorist nation is facing its worst economic crisis in its short history of around 74 years. According to a report by Hindustan Times, consumer price inflation in the last month was recorded at 21.32%. It is giving rise to strifes in the country. The problem is exacerbated by the lack of money in the Pakistani treasury. All the money which Pakistani state availed from countries like the USA and China and the institutions like IMF, World Bank among others was utilized for sponsoring terrorism all around the world. As a result of which, Pakistan is finding it tough to keep its mobile internet on. The main problem why internet is at the brink of shutting down is that the country do not have much electricity to power the towers of the cell phone. This is further exacerbated by the transportation crisis currently hitting the Shehbaz Sharif-led country. Pakistan is also suffering from shortage of fuel. To add insult to the injury, it has made it more difficult for its citizens by imposing new taxes on fuel. At the end of the day, most Pakistanis are not going to buy the fuel for their businesses and other day-to-day operations. But Pakistanis are innovative. They have a solution for that. The solution is donkey. Yes, you heard that right. Donkeys may soon become a key driver of Pakistan's economic prospect. Trust me, there are numbers to back this claim. The country houses third largest donkey population in the world and this number is continuously growing. In the year 2021-22, the donkey population jumped from 5.6 million to 5.7 million. Donkeys' use in transportation is one of the reasons of its large population in the country. However, since it is modern times, donkeys are also used for different purposes. Apparently, their Chinese masters demand Pakistani donkeys in huge numbers. In fact, Punjab and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa have set up farms to export donkeys to China. Chinese companies are ready to invest $3 billion for donkey farming in Pakistan. Even the Pakistani officials themselves state that donkey and other animals are important for economic growth food security, and poverty alleviation in the country. On one hand, we are making fun of Pakistan, while on the other, it is true that the country is looking towards deep humanitarian crisis. This is danger for India, as mass migration can flood our borders anytime. But we do not need to succumb to them. Just like people inherit their forefathers' properties, they need to put up with their poor choices as well.